Gonna. Hello, everybody. I am James from WCICO, and welcome to the beautiful district of Tongnan this Wednesday. Now, as you might have seen on the poster before this broadcast began, behind me you can see that beautiful yin-yang symbol, and that's one of the top, let's say, the top landmarks here in the district, and it's very famous all over Chongqing and even nationwide. And we have covered this in previous years here on iChongqing and WCICO. So let me tell you a little bit more about where we are and what we are going to do. Well, the name of this scenic area is actually called the Tongnan Chuntuan Hometown Scenic Area. Now, Chuntuan, he is let's say he's a Taoist scholar who lived in the 9th century AD, and he was native to this district here, and he has quite a big name for himself. And in a few moments, I'm going to show you this gigantic statue of him, which is right here in front of me. But a bit later, we're going to learn a bit more about Chuntuan, and then we're going to go down into the oilseed rape fields down there. So at the moment, I would say it is the prime time to go and enjoy the rapeseed flowers in Chongqing. And they're in full bloom, roughly from about mid to late February through the month of March. So it's really in this time slot you really want to come to Tongnan District and come and admire the flowers. But we're not just going to look at them from a distance. In a little while, we're going to go on one of these little exciting cable car rides right down, and we're going to go right into the oilseed rape fields. And we're also going to see lots of the fun activities and hopefully meet some of the tourists who have come here to admire these scenes today. Right next to me here, I have another great guest here. So I'm going to introduce a very handsome young guy called Wang Liang. And he is he runs like the company for the scenic area. And now I would like to invite him into the video with us. So you want to come and join us?
Hello.
给大家打一个招呼。
Hello.
可以介绍一下自己是吗？
我是成团故里景区的一个策划王亮，今天由我来给大家介绍一下我们景区。
Okay, so like you're saying, he's the representative of the scenic area here. His name is Wang Liang. And as we go along, he's going to tell us more information about the wonderful things that we can see here. 那么首先我们来
介绍一下
了解介绍一下这一位吧。So a few moments ago, I told you there is a giant statue behind me. So being true to my word, let's take a few seconds and I'm going to show you. It is pretty big.
这座雕像的话是高达36.9米，然后是道家一个学者成团的一个雕像。
36.9.
对。
Okay, so this statue is 36.9 meters high, and it is giant, and you can see it from a long way away. In fact, when I drove here yesterday and also this morning, when you go through the toll booth, kind of into this little town area, you can see this statue standing like right on the hill here. And this is the highest point in the Chuntuan scenic area. Okay, now I can also tell you that there are two main oilseed rape fields here. So this one behind me here is called the Taiji.
Yeah.
花海, 对吗?
对。
Okay, so the Taiji is kind of, this word comes from Chinese mythology, and it kind of means like the supreme being or something like that, to know the origin of all things. I'm not going to pretend to be an expert on that, but that's basically what it is. But if you walk over here, there is another place, and this is called the Hulu Ba.
对。
Right, so this
I'm
just going to be able to show you from this vantage point. A bit later, we won't be able to go and see it during this live broadcast, but whatever we can see in there, in this field behind me, we can also see most of it in the place we're going to check out today, the Taiji Flower Sea. And 我们背后的这个葫芦坝也可以给我们讲一下，在这下面可以做什么呢？
在我们的葫芦坝花海的话，主要是种植了我们的一个彩色油菜花和太极油菜花品种。
Oh, I don't know what happened there, but thank you very much for your patience. Just a moment ago, Mr. Wang, he introduced the huluba flower seed behind us. And an interesting fact about it is that there's not only one variety of oilseed rape flower, there's actually many different varieties. And I went down there yesterday, and some of them are kind of like, darker colors, some of them are white, some of them are pink. And maybe a bit later down there, we might be able to see some other varieties. But I think in the field we're going to go today, we're mostly going to see like the very bright and beautiful yellow flowers, and that's going to be absolutely fine. Okay, so at this point, I want to tell you or show you a little bit more about Chen Tuan. Now, we've already spoken that he was a Taoist scholar from the 9th century AD, but he is quite famous for some big works of his. 那么，沉船是以税工和奏工为名，对吗？
对
那这两个all right. I think maybe we have a weak signal up here, so maybe we won't go into the museum itself. But I can tell you that Chunchuan is famous for maybe for his skills in making in sleeping and also sitting positions. So you can like sit and sleep in ways that are very good for your health. And inside, they have some of his writings, but also a lot of demonstrations, a lot of illustrations on on these sleeping and sitting positions. But anyway, we've got a little treat for you at the moment. So we've got some little Taiji dancers down here, some young Taiji dancers, and they're going to put on a little performance for us. So let's come and enjoy it together. So you might be wondering what the connection is between the Tai Chi and the scenic area here. Well, we just said that the field, the big field down there with the yin yang symbol, is called the Tai Ji Hua Hai.
Yeah.
So it's literally like in English, you could translate it as the Tai Chi flower sea.
这个的话是我们太极里面的一个八段锦，属于太极的一部分。它主要的功能就是强身健体。
Of course, and Tai Chi, if you've tried it before, it looks very simple and elegant, but I can tell you from experience that it is very difficult. Getting the movements correct and also correcting your posture is pretty challenging. Okay, so we've watched this for a couple of minutes. So I'm going to turn around the camera, and now we're going to go on to the next exciting thing. So down here, we've got a little square down here with a viewing platform. 那这个也算是观看这个太极花海的一个
最佳观赏
最好的一个
位置
看景一个看景台。
对。
Okay, so I want to show you this quickly. So if you people, a lot of tourists will come to this. This is one of the best vantage points for getting a view over the entire countryside, and it gives you an idea just how big this place is. 那么一共是不是这个景区有3万多的？
对，我们景区是
3万多亩。
对，整个景区的话是有3万多亩的一个油菜花田。然后在这个主景区里面呢，还有一个数字春天集市，还有游船画舫啊，各种游玩项目。
Okay. So the whole, which the word is more. I think in Western Acres, that's more like 5,000 acres, a pretty big place. And you can see like the main peninsula down there. And there are like 2 rivers we can see, but the main one is the one down there, and that is the Chong River. And I think that flows into the Fu River, which then in turn flows into the Jialing, and finally then into the Yangtze River. Okay, so we're going to go down there in a few moments, but we don't have to climb down any steps or anything, or get onto into a vehicle. Over here, I'm going to turn the camera around. We've got like a really special airplane. I don't know how you describe it. It's like an airplane-styled cable car, which will take us all the way down. So let me show you here. And kind of looking at the moment, it's still early morning. I remember yesterday in the morning, it was a little quieter. But then in the afternoon, it was packed. So there are lots and lots of people here. But this is what I mean. This is like the airplane-style cable car we're going to take down to the bottom.
对，这个就是我们景区一大亮点，我们就可以乘坐这个花海飞艇，直接飞到景区里面去。
Great. So this way we can fly all the way down into the main scenic area. Okay. So are you ready to do this with me? And don't forget, if you're watching live, that you can send me some messages anytime. If I catch them, then I'd definitely like to get some interaction going. So at this moment, I'm going to sit on the front seat of this plane, I'm going to try to. I mean, it's there's not a lot of space. I can just about climb in. Then, of course, don't forget your seatbelts. 这个能不能帮我扣一下？那边 It's a bit tricky holding the camera. Okay, I'm clipped in.
Are you ready?
Okay, are you ready? 准备好了吗？
准备好了。
Let's go. You can see the cable car coming in the other direction. You see it now? If you can see the river down there, you can see the lots of boats. So they have like a global cruise you can do here. Then you also have lots of paddle boats, like canoes. So when the weather is nice, you can get down here, go to the river, and you can take part in some water sports. And here we're going to get an amazing view of the oilseed rape fields. And look at this, aren't they stunning? And what's so fun about this place too, we've got these huge fields of oilseed rape, but they've also built and designed a lot of these walkways and little paths. You might be able to see over there in the distance, we have a lot of visitors who are just walking through. And you know, one thing I love about this place, you always get like an amazing fragrance. Okay, so yeah, we can't undo the seatbelts herself. The assistant kind of has to like stick in a screwdriver and then it opens up, because of course we want to stay safe on the way down. But that was pretty short. Only took, I don't know, about 2 or 3 minutes to get down here.
我们
But
现在就是到达景区了。
okay, so now we are in the main scenic area. So the route we're going to take you through now, 我们现在我们要走什么路线呢？我们马上我们会看到哪些？
我们马上会看到一个数字菜花的一个春天集市，在里面呢可以在露营啊，就是围炉煮茶，还有一些艺术展览。然后再往前面走就是一个小火车，我们可以乘坐整个小火车游览整个景区。
Okay, so we've got lots of exciting things coming up for you. So it's not just walking around in the fields. They have a lot of interesting activities we can take part in. So Mr. Wang just mentioned that they have like some, like an art exhibition in there you can go and see. They can also go and try some lovely Chinese tea. I've always really loved that. And a bit later, when you walk to the end of the field, they've also got one of these tourist trains that you can go on. And the tourist train, I did experience it yesterday. I really enjoyed it. It's a couple of kilometers long, but it goes very slowly, and you get a really nice leisurely view over the countryside here. And you have these big like open windows where you can take photographs, you know, videos with your phone, camera, whatever. And then what we did next after that, in fact, I'm going to turn it around so you don't have to just look at me. We can have a look at the fields as we go along.
这前面就是我们的一个数字菜花春天集市了。
Okay, so up ahead here we have kind of like a 春天, okay, like a spring market.
然后还有我们的一个吉祥物蒙小太。
Okay, 是不是这个左上角的这个？
对对对，就是这个果子的形状的这一个。
哦，里面也有一些玩具，对吧？ Okay, so this is the spring market they've set up, and Mr. Wang was just telling me if you can see that apple-shaped mascot up there. I mean, that's the official mascot for the scenic area here. 它的名字是什么呢？
蒙小太。
Okay, oh, 蒙小太. Okay, so that's his Chinese name, and you've also got some cute toys in here. Let me go and show you.
这里面的话就是有我们的一个天幕露营啊，还有一些艺术装置。
一般游客就可以随便
对，在
进来
这里
玩玩。
没有，就是买了数字菜花的才能进来玩。
Okay. But let me just show you this first. We can see we've got some mascots here.
这个是一个玩偶扮演的，就是游客可以假装穿着这个衣服拍个照。
Yeah, okay. So you can have some actors here during the day and they can put this on. Yeah, but this is the Meng Xiao Tai, so the official mascot. And we were just saying that, once you come into the scenic area, I mean, this is like kind of one of the extra things you can do here. So if you kind of buy a ticket to come into this part, you can kind of enjoy this area here. We've got some like tents over there. So 一般人可以在里面坐着喝茶
对
什么的。
对对，然后这边就是一个围炉煮茶的一个区了。现在正好有人在喝茶的。
Oh, okay. So the idea is, you can come here and relax. You can sit under these tents because I can tell you now when the sky's clear, it can get very hot and sunny. And you might even be able to see that on a few days ago. Now I got a little bit sunburnt. My skin is like a little bit pink still because it was very like hot and clear. I'm not going to disturb these guys too much, but we can get an idea of what it's like to have tea here.
对，可以采访一下游客，看看就是
也可以啊。
对。
But,
这边是我们重庆一个国际频道的一个，就是现在在直播，方便采访一下。
你好。
可以的，可以的。
Okay, so let me just show you this setup first. So what I love about this tea is we've got the teapot here, and we've got the stove with the charcoals in, and then we have these little snacks. We can see we've got the green peppers, we've got some sweet potato, and also some peanuts, and also a little a bowl of snacks here too. Okay, so you can just imagine if you're here on a lovely day, you can just like sit down here with their friends, yeah, and you can, yeah, just stay here as long as you like. So over here we have a tourist with us. Maybe he will have a few words with us. 你好。
你好，你好，你好。
你是哪里人吗？
重庆的，重庆。
Okay, so our friend here is from Chongqing. 今天你是第一次来吗？
我第二次来。去
年也来过。Okay, yeah. So our tourist friend here, he came here 1 year ago, and so today is his second time here. 那这里有什么优点特别吸引你来再次打卡呢？
因为这个菜花它和那个其他地方的菜花不一样，然后它的那个菜花是那个要茂密一点的那种，它是做那个中间那块区域是比外面的我感觉要茂密一点，是这种情况。然后这里面呢可以坐着休息一下，挺惬意的。
对，然后你来这里玩的时候主要是休息那个喝茶吗？你来到这里你最喜欢游玩那些项目呢？
打卡嘛，然后主要是打卡，然后感受春天的气息。
Yeah, okay. So our friend, yeah, he really likes to come and enjoy the spring climbs here, and enjoy his cup of tea. And he was also saying as well that unlike some other places, the fields of oilseed rape are kind of very dense, and I'm sure you agree. I mean, if you just look over there, I mean it's really like a stunning, thick yellow color we get from it. And also, wherever you go, you can always have these. You always can smell this beautiful fragrance too. 那明年会再来吗？
看时间吧，有空的话一定会来的。因为这个地方我觉得是春天气息比较浓厚，然后游玩项目呢也还是有很多的，很适合亲子然后过来一起玩耍。
对，我也是问你一下，你平时你一个人过来吗？还是和朋友啊，或者家人？
平时就是因为这边是有朋友在这边，然后经常朋友一起来的话，感觉会更好一点。
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So he likes to come here with his friends. Okay, and I think he normally has reason to come here, kind of in his everyday working life too. Okay, so thank you very much. Have a good time.
好。
祝你玩得开心哈，非常感谢。Okay, just one other thing I want to quickly show you in this part. We've got a lot of pieces of works of art over here. 这些艺术品是不是传媒？
对，这些都是一些传媒的教授的。
画家的艺术品。Okay, so these are works of art which have been created by the Sichuan Fine Arts Institutes. So we've got this one right in the middle. 这以为是
这位的话
艺术家吗
是这个我们这个数字菜花的一个负责人，执行的一个负责人。对，也可以采访一下他，就是这个数字菜花春天这里的话是他负责在这里。
哦，OK。哎，那么这个艺术品，这个描绘的是什么呢？
重庆的一个国际平台。
这个是这样的，中国美院的一个大师级的一个作品，它描述的是讲究的一个迷途人在迷茫的时候所追求的东西。
Okay, so describe this as a 迷途. So it's a bit difficult to describe, but it's kind of trying to picture. Now, if you're in a very confused state or something like that, and you're trying to like picture something orderly in your mind, I think this piece of artwork is kind of themed on that concept. So basically, just trying to make order out of the chaos of your mind. And now it's put it that way. That kind of makes sense to me. I mean, I don't know about our audience. Then over here.
这个产品是说生命。
一股颂歌，
表示骨骼的力量，就是人的力量是很多的，但人的力量而不是在生命，而是在骨骼上面所体现出来的。
Here we have like a skeleton exhibit, and the theme of this one is really about the energy or the power of life.
这是金老师的一个作品，得过金奖。这也是个雕塑，就是一个人是一个矛盾体嘛，就是阐述一个人的一个心态，一个矛盾的一个概念。
一个矛盾。
这是谢晓东老师的产品。
Okay, so these are all created by different teachers from the Sichuan Fine Arts Institute. Okay, and then if you go down towards the end there, we can see there's another tent and a few more pieces of artwork. Okay, so it makes coming to this part really interesting. And just looking around, you can see lots of other nice little features. We can see that little pavilion over there in the background. You can go on there and you can get a really good, close up of the oilseed rape fields, just from a slightly more elevated position. Okay, and then here, this is also one of the other experiences you can do here. They can also do camping. 那这个是不是要提前预定？
对，这个的话也是可以用来，就是不预定可以用来直接拍照打卡的。游客可以坐在这里啊，就是拍一些野外的一些照片，配着这个油菜花。
Okay, so yeah, you can like reserve this. 不，这个应该比较难预定吧？这里应该很多人就选在这里住吧？
对，
可不可以在这里过夜呢？
过夜的话，我们就是没有水电的。如果就过夜的话，是需要自备一些水电。
但是是可以过夜的，对吧？
对。
Yeah, okay. So a question I was very curious about is, are you allowed to stay here overnight? He said, Mr. Wang said, you are allowed to stay here, but the catch is really that they don't have any electricity or running water in this. So if you want to come and stay overnight, if you can get a reservation, then you kind of have to bring your own stuff with you. I don't know if we can have a quick look inside. I'm just a little bit curious, so just in case our audience is too, let's go and take a very quick peek, and then we'll move on to the next part. Okay, very nice. This is a bit tricky to get in. Well, here we are. Yeah, and here we go. And I think you come here when the weather is nice, then I think this could be very cozy. And I could tell you, I mean, I stayed somewhere nearby overnight, and when you come to the countryside here, it is like so peaceful and quiet. Yeah, so I can only imagine how nice it would be to stay here overnight. So maybe one day I'll get the chance. Okay, so let's move on to the next part.
好，我们现在就去下一站，就是去小火车那一块。
Okay, so our next stop is going to be the train. Okay, so like I said, the train takes about 30 minutes, and basically where that takes you is because we're going to see the train station, the East train station, And that's going to take us around to the West Station. And that journey, like I said, takes about half an hour. But the time goes very quickly because you just enjoy the atmosphere like so much. And then when you get off that, what you can do, you can go onto one of the cruise boats, like one of the small cruise boats that you might have seen when you came down on the cable car. And they have really a 5-kilometer river route which they follow. But the boats are quite fast. It doesn't really take that long. And what it does, it kind of takes you back down to the harbour there. And then really, you can then cross over the bridge, cut through like one of these like food streets, which is like really, they have a really nice variety, very lively atmosphere. And then you can walk over to the Huluba, the other section, which you saw from the top of the hill behind me. And then, and that's about it. If you come here, you can easily stay for a whole day. I mean, I was here for most of the day yesterday, and I really had a fantastic time. And, I'm here for like a second day, and it just feels as good as it did then. And there were some other interesting things. We might get an opportunity, if we're lucky, to see one of the helicopters. Because I don't know if you watched a video by Nicholas last year. He made like a little experience vlog, and he actually had an opportunity to go on the helicopter. 那么等一下，我们有没有机会看到这里的直升机嘛？
可以看到的，对。
嗯。
然后你可以看到，现在才10点多，景区游客就挺多了。
Okay, and as we can see, we're starting to get more visitors coming through. Come on, man. 有没有机会我们可以更近距离边走边看花？Okay, so if I have
可
a
以
look down
下去
here.
的，对，那边有一条路是可以去花海里面的。
Okay, so that's what I wanted to do. So if you stay with us, we're going to find like a little pathway which is going to take us into the oilseed rape, and then hopefully I'll give you like a really fantastic view of the place here. Looking around, you can see people of all ages. And then we've got this like young couple who have just passed going in the other way. Also, it's a weekday today, so of course a lot of youngsters are in their lessons today. But it just made me want to ask, how many people have been here so far this year? Okay, so we can cross over here and walk closer. 可以走进去吗？
对，可以走进去看一下。
Okay, so we're going to walk right into the oilseed rape fields.
这里的话，就是游人可以在这里面的近距离的跟油菜花拍照。
So you can come into here, and I think this is like one of the best places. You can come and take photographs. 然后这下面也是这个阴阳标志的一个。
对，就是特意铺的这种草，然后显示的一个就是绿的，这边都是黄的，然后显示出这个阴阳太极图。我们在上面看见的绿的那一块就是这种草。
So if you remember, right at the start of the broadcast, we looked down on these fields, and there was that big yin-yang symbol light. So we're standing right in that symbol at the moment. Of course, we've got the yellow rapeseed flowers here, but you can see the dark green grass down there. So it's really this contrast which makes up. It's this contrast which really makes up the yin-yang symbol. Yeah, but this is so nice, and what other nice views can we give you? I mean, I think one of the best photographs you can take, and I've took quite a few this week, is like when you just point the camera right above the flower lines and you get some like great scenery in the back. It might be the statue of Tongnan or one of those little pavilions. But do let me know what you think. I mean, this is really a fantastic location. And wherever you go, you always get this really strong fragrance too. And, I don't know if you've tried it before, but if you have some of these tea leaves, it might be mint or something like that. If you, I don't know, if you're maybe not in a good mood or something, you can put it next to your nose, take a deep breath, and I don't know, maybe it's something like, I don't know what the term would be, but maybe some fragrance in the flowers can really make you feel more relaxed and happy, I think. Okay, so we're going to walk out of this field and we'll go back onto the main path. Now, 今年到现在为止，你们接待的游客人数大概有多少啊？
我们现在大概接待了就是40多万人次。
就今年。
对。
Wow, that's an impressive figure. So I've just asked him how many tourists have they received so far this season, and he told me it's about 400,000. 那一般这40万的人，他们来自全国各地嘛？
基本上是
周围的一些
对，主要是周围的区县和重庆和成都。
Okay, so most of those 400,000 visitors are kind of from neighbouring areas. It might be Chongqing municipality. There's also Sichuan. And that reminds me as well, I mean, we are right on the border with Sichuan. And when you go on the boat, Mr. Wang was telling me that on one side of the river is Chongqing municipality, Tongnan district. But then right on the other bank, it is the Anwen County. 不是安文，是安岳. Oh yeah, okay, it's Anyue County in Sichuan, so really, really close. Okay, so good morning from Chongqing. Yeah, thank you, Ken, for joining us. It is a stunning view. Just a few moments ago, did you get to see us when we walked right into the flowers? Any beehives? It's interesting you say that. 我们有个观众。我们再问一下，这里有养蜂的，对吗？
对，这边是有3个养蜂的一个农户，然后这边都是纯正的野蜂蜜，都是采着我们这个新鲜的一个油菜花。
Okay, what kind of flower plants? Yeah, these are oilseed rape. Okay, maybe just for Ken, 我可以再看一下花吧？
可以。
No. Okay, so these are oilseed rape fields, and also remember you can see quite a lot of these in the United Kingdom, although you have to be there in the right season. And whenever I've seen them, I've never quite seen them like done in this way on such a large scale, and also made into like wonderful like tourist attractions, scenic areas like this. But yeah, but Ken, what do you think? I mean, this is beautiful, isn't it? Okay. Right, so let's go back onto the main pathway. A bit further ahead, I can see the helicopter. 那这个直升机的这个项目，能不能给我们介绍吗？
这个直升机的话是飞一圈的话是380，然后会围绕着我们景区飞一圈，在高空俯瞰我们的一个油菜花海。
Yeah, okay. So it's just a small helicopter, and for a fee, you can get on the helicopter, and they'll take you for a big circle over the fields here, and they'll give you a really fantastic view. So I think I don't think we're going to have the opportunity to do that today, but I could definitely give you a quick view of the helicopter. It is pretty cool, and this is one of the other things you can do as well. I mean, they also have the souvenir photographs that they can come and take in here. So I think you can take a photograph in here, and then they print it out and laminate it for you. That'll be a really nice souvenir. And then also to show you this as well. Oh, we've got this lovely lady here. So one of the things you can buy is like one of these flower hats. 来自哪里嘛？
入口。
哦，是重庆来的吗？是吧？
就是这边是有一个国际频道的一个采访直播，
来这里开不开心啊？
采访你一下嘛。
来这里开不开心吗？
挺开心的。
Yeah, okay, that's the main thing then. Right, bye-bye. Okay, so she's having a nice time. That's the main thing. 对，重点就是玩得开心，
对
对吧？
对
when everything comes to a head. Okay, so over here, this is the helicopter. 可以看一眼吧？
对，可以看一眼。
对对对。So there we go. Now look at that. Come to think of it, I don't think I have ever ridden in a helicopter before. I'm being serious. I mean, I've been in a lot of airplanes, including gliders. Remember when I was a youngster in my late teenage years, I actually took some flying lessons, like in those old Cessnas, and also one of those T1 Vigilante. Is it Vigilante? I remember I'm getting confused over the name. But I've never actually ridden in a helicopter before. Maybe that's something I can aim for over the next year. Okay, and then if we look over there, we've got this little track, and in the distance, it just happens there is a train waiting at the station. 它这里出发应该还有几分钟吧？
对，
OK，我们来得及去
看一下
去看一下吧。
对对，可以的。
OK，
这个小火车的话是全长3.5公里，大概可以行驶30多分钟，是从我们的一个火车东站开到西站去。
Okay, so the track is about 3.5 kilometers long, and like the cable car, there's a train that goes in one direction, and then there's another one coming back in the opposite way. So it takes about half an hour to cover the 3.5 kilometer track. So that will give you an idea, just what a leisurely ride this is. So here, this is the East Station. So you got a nice big colourful giraffe.
因为显得就看得更高更远。
Okay. Okay, so the giraffe obviously can see a long way. Here we go. So this is the East Station.
对，我们一趟火车的话是半个小时一趟，然后开的话大概是35分钟左右，就是行驶时间。
我们能不能进去坐一下吧？
能，对，我们从这边进去。
Okay, so we're waiting for a lot of the other passengers to get on, but we're in luck. We're going to get a little sneak preview. We're not going to actually ride the train today, but we can take you on board and maybe have a little experience what the environment is like there. Okay, so we've got it here. So where should we go first? Maybe we can go and sit in this one here. Here we go. And like I was saying, we have a lot of these open carriages. So as you're rolling along very leisurely, we get some really fantastic views and photograph opportunities over the rapeseed oil fields. And this is very cozy. And I think in one of these, I think each bench can seat about 3 people. So, I think like 6 of us can sit in here very comfortably. Okay. So I think finally, the last thing we can show you is maybe the head of the train. 那我们去看一下这个火车头。
可以啊。
对。
我简单介绍一下，就我们火车的话，这一趟的话是能容纳120位乘客的一趟。
Okay, so this train can take 120 passengers. 人多的时候可能要排队比较久。
对，周末的话人就比较多，这就是我们的一个火车控制室了。
Okay, so obviously with only 120 seats, if you come here at the weekend when there are lots of people, you might have to wait a little bit.
我们的火车的话还是传统的那种蒸汽火车，在景区里面开起来的话就比较好看。
Right, and you can see the steam engine up here. So it's themed on a traditional steam engine. That looks very nice, and I've been told it's okay, maybe just to poke a head around the door. Yeah. Okay, that's our train driver for the day. So 这个好不好操作呢？
好操作。
Okay.
没事，就是简单采访一下。
如果
给我说一下，我整理一下嘛。
All right. So I just imagine here then we've got a few buttons, but I imagine you just push this forward and then the train will start rolling. So there we go, and we can see also the track ahead. There we go. Okay, so I think that's about anything. 那么最后我们这个景区还有没有什么其他的亮点？
我们
最
景区
后可以
最后的
提出来
亮点的话，就是我们今年菜花节是有3大项，然后68项游乐设施，然后还有2个主花海供大家来游玩。
Okay, yeah. So here 是多少个游乐项目
68。
Okay, so there are 68. I know kind of tourist experiences you can do here. So really, on whichever day you come here, you're definitely not going to get bored. And was there anything else I was thinking about? Just give me a few moments. Also, if you have any other questions, then you can quickly put it into the chat for us. Oh yeah, I just remembered. Yeah, so you might be wondering over the rest of the year, what did it do with the flowers? 一般这里的油菜花可以观赏到什么时候啊？
我们的盛花期是3月中旬，然后会持续到3月底。
Okay, so the best time for admiring the flowers is mid-March, and it will last through until the end of the month. Is it winter, spring, fall, or summer over there? It's kind of early spring at the moment. Although really, it's kind of funny with the climate over here in Chongqing because if it's kind of a bit overcast today, it's nice and cool. But 2 days ago, I went to another district of Chongqing, and we had beautiful clear skies, and the weather was really hot. It was almost like summer. But no, technically, we're still in spring at the moment. And yeah, I did remember as well. Somebody mentioned the bees as well. Yeah, so as you can imagine, this would be perfect for having beehives. And if you go on this train, then I noticed yesterday you do pass some of the beekeepers. So 记得我们走前坐火车的时候，我们也路过了一些养蜂的，一些蜂箱，对吗？
对。
Yeah, so on the train you can actually pass a lot of the beehives. And 这里也好像也可以买蜂蜜，对吗？
可以买蜂蜜的，但是这是农户自己的行为，就我们景区里面是没有售卖这个野蜂蜜的。
Okay. So you can buy some agricultural products here. So of course the honey is one of them, and also I've been told that the lemons produced here are also really good. But Mr. Wang just pointed out as well, it's not really they're kind of working here, but they're not technically part of the scenic area itself. Okay, and then finally, 这些花开了之后啊，一般我们就等到夏天，然后就会收割，对吗？
对对对。
就会榨成什么菜籽油什么的。
这个的话是没有榨成菜籽油的，这个是观赏育种的。
哦，那一般那些花就是没有之后一般怎么？Okay. Yeah, okay. So if you want to come and see the flowers, then really the next 2 weeks are the best time. Okay, so I think it's about time to bring the live broadcast to an end. I hope you've really enjoyed it today. And like I said, it's my second day here, so and I don't mind being here at all. I've had a really lovely time. So I want to thank you very much for watching. We'll be bringing you some more live streams very soon in the future. So thank you, and I will see you again soon. Okay, and also a big thank you to Mr. Wang.
Goodbye.
Okay, bye bye.